Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to cut the old valves out of this valve box up on the top above my beds. There's 4 valves here. Again, I'm going to use this hole to put the new valves in, so I need to get these old valves out of here. I'm just going to cut through the poly. I'm probably just going to break the PVC because I don't care about the existing stuff. I actually have to disconnect the wires, so I'll do that after I do all this cutting. So I'm going to just use this reciprocating saw to cut through the poly. We're going to come down here and just go like this. And I could actually just have unscrewed those. I'm just too, I feel like this is easier. See, there's a little bit of water pouring out of there. That's because it wasn't drained completely. And then once they're out, I'm just literally gonna probably snap it. Oh good, it already ends here, so I can just break it. And then I'll just disconnect this when I'm done. But I'm gonna be running my new poly up through here, my new valve box here. And that is my really technical method for pulling out the old valves. And that's it. All right, so I'm getting ready to tear these 2 valves out of here, and I've already disconnected the wires. Just in simple terms, you've got 2 wires connected to your valves. Each of them has 2 black wires, and you have 3 wires coming out of this particular setup package. Technically, they all have 5 coming out, 5 different colors. And a white one. This wiring has 5 anyway. The white is a common, so one of the wires from each of those valves will tie to this, and then a remaining wire, one will be green, like say that'll go to the red. This guy, the remaining wire will go to the green, and then what you'll do is you'll know which zone it is because this traces back to your timer, and you just know, if I connect it to zone 2, well, I know that that'll be this valve, so whatever this goes to, and then for example zone 1, that'll be this valve, so I can set them accordingly. Super simple. I probably should have done it, but when I'm connecting it all, I'll probably make a video showing how I connect it, because I know the wiring seems it's not rocket science, but you know, a lot of people don't, they hear electricity and they rightfully so are fearful. I'm an electrical engineering. I didn't really do a whole lot of basic power, but this is super simple stuff. So I'm gonna shut this guy down. I'm gonna take the skill saw and I'm gonna probably cut this guy here, and I'm gonna see if I can actually get these to pop out. I tried it in the front when I did the front, and I just broke them, and that was easy enough, and then I just unscrewed them once they were broken. I'm not really 100% sure anymore that I'm going to use these valves for the cost of new valves. I might just buy all new valves. I mean, these things have been in here I don't know how long. They're disgustingly filthy. I can clean them, I can rebuild them. I just don't know if I want to bother taking that time. It's sort of a trade-off of time versus money, and for like roughly $17 a new valve, I don't know that I want to spend my days rebuilding and putting new diaphragms in and everything. So anyway, I'm going to cut those out, and then I'll show you what I got. And I'm actually only reusing this area. There's my big old foot. I'm only reusing this area because it's already dug out. I mean, I could put my valve boxes anywhere, but I'm going to use the existing because I already dug this out, man. I mean, I'm tired of digging already. How much more digging am I going to do? And that's the main reason I'm putting the same one up there. I dug a huge hole, and I'll actually have to dig a new one for the drip system box, which is going to go up there. So, you know, I don't want to dig any more than I have to. Frankly, I'm tired of fighting irrigation wars to begin with. So I'll cut this out, and then I'll show you the results. All right, here is the aftermath of my efforts. I made a couple of clean cuts right here and over here, and then there was some existing water in the line, so it kind of started to fill up where I was working. It wasn't so much that it flooded me, but I ended up just breaking it out, and you can kind of see down underneath there's a broken pipe, and there was another one. I don't really care about the existing structure. I actually just want to get it out of there, and then I'll clear out this guy, make some room, and then this will be the home for some of my new valves. So, and you can see where I broke it out. and I'll be able to unscrew those out of there. I've got the couple that I pulled out the other day from the front are just sitting over here right now, and these pieces will screw out. So if I decided I want to reuse these, I can, but most likely I'm thinking now I'm just gonna go all new, and that includes the booster pump probably. We'll see. Okay, so I'm out in the front of my yard right now, and I ripped out all these 3 valves that were going in my front, and the intent was to move these valves from under the tree so I don't have to dig under a tree and put them next to where I'm going to mount the booster pump. But after talking to my wife, we decided that we are going to just rip the front yard up and do the front yard too this year. I'm renting a trencher in about a week, and it just didn't make sense to leave. This isn't that big of an area. This is the whole front yard right here, so I figure I can get by with about 8 to 10 heads, and we figured it wasn't worth having to rent a trencher at $200 a day again next year when we could just do it all now, and it's not that much more money. So originally I made some really nice clean cuts with the reciprocating saw, like right here, here, and here, and then I just broke it out here the same way I did in the back. And the issue with the front that we had last year, now these are all galvanized. This is what's going down to the yard, and most of the heads in the front are on galvanized. This is a riser. It's bigger than what I'm talking about, but I didn't have any nipples to show. So the nipple's a little bit shorter, so the galvanized will go horizontally, and then the risers come up out of the ground, so it's maybe like 3 inches, and they're all galvanized. Now this is a PVC, I didn't have one, but what happens is these threads, they get all full of mineral deposits from all the years that they've been in the ground, and when you go to put a new head on it, if it's leaking, it just shreds the threads. It doesn't create a good seal, and then it just leaks. So I was able to fix a few, but they have minor, smaller leaks, and we know at some point we want to get rid of all that galvanized anyway. So I took the time to make these nice and neat, but we're not even going to be using this now. I'm not going to use any of this. I'm going to bypass all of it. I'm going to leave the existing stuff in the ground, and we're just going to put all new in this year. So I'll be trenching all through here. One of the other things we did was there's a little set of red flags there, and we have some yellow flags here. These are my gas lines. We called bluestakes.org, which in Utah is 811. Sorry, I used to live in Nevada. Still getting used to it. And they contact the utility companies, and they'll come out and they'll mark your lines for you. So this is the buried gas line going down to the street, and that's kind of important when you're trenching because you don't want to blow up your neighborhood. At least I don't. I like my neighborhood. There's a little blue mark in the street down there. That's my water main, and I don't even know what the red one is. It's probably something, maybe electric or something. I have no idea. I didn't even go down and look at them yet. So they just come by. They don't even bother you. They don't knock on the door or anything. They just come out here. They put the flags down, and then you know where to use a shovel rather than a trencher. So that's the new plan. We're going to redo the front yard as well as the backyard. It's a little bit more work, a little bit more money, but it'll save us, and then maybe next year I can actually start going hiking and doing some things that are fun, some fishing and whatever else. So, and then over here, I was going to repurpose the original booster pump, and it's an old one, and I pulled it off. And looking at it, I just decided if I'm going to take the time to put all new valves and new lines and everything, why am I going to use an old booster pump that I might have to replace? And I was having some issues figuring out how to mount it because it's missing a brace that it probably had years ago. So I just decided I'm going to replace that and put an all new booster pump in too. So we'll have a whole new system. Nothing that was here will be used anymore. And I'll probably save the valves. I'm using the same types of valves. I'll probably save the old valves, and I can probably scavenge them for parts when I need them. The gaskets, some of them are still relatively new, but that's the new plan. So hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching.